Good morning, folks. This is Waylon. I'm going to set up for a second. I'm at Elephant HQ in Boulder, Colorado, and they're taking the trash out behind me, so it's pretty loud. And I just need to be able to prop up this video camera. I hope you're all well. Yesterday, I probably had my first video where I kind of messed up and didn't really want to do it. I was in a bad mood, and I don't really remember why I was in a bad mood, but I was in a bad mood because work wasn't going well. On the one hand, I was trying to help out some colleagues in the last minute, which made me late for the video. And then the video, I was talking about natural product companies that you can actually trust, food companies that you actually might want to support. And there's so few companies that are more than marketing or hype that actually care about our environment and our health. If you're just tuning in, say where you're from, and if you have any questions or you want to talk about anything, leave a comment or question. They're just tossing their trash around. So I was talking about natural products, about food, about organics, about food fads, about fair trade versus direct trade, non-GMO versus organic versus GMO and pesticide. And the sad thing is, though, that even though we think many of us care about this, very, very few people care. Plastic is not good for us, not good for our planet, and yet it's pretty much every organic product we know is in plastic. It's a scary and sad time in some ways for our environment and our health. We're in the midst of a diabetes and obesity crisis in the U.S., even for our children, and yet one of the most well-respected and loved people in Boulder is a marketing guru who is probably better than anyone in the U.S. at marketing fast food to children. So we're in a society where we value people who have success, and success is often defined by the first and last letter of success, which is S with a little dash through it. Success, on the other hand, is not, we don't view our teachers, like my mother was a teacher beloved by students for decades, and we don't view people like her as a success. Maybe in this context we would say, oh no, she's a wonderful success, she's a great person, teachers are wonderful. But in society we don't value teachers. Even in politics used to be regarded as a noble profession of public service, which it still is and can be. But so many people enter politics out of ambition, personal ambition, that they allow themselves to be bought out and controlled by lobbyists and powerful interests, that we view politicians as basically, instead of public servants, sort of public, what's the term for selling yourself to, for money. So it's a topsy-turvy world. So I was in a bad mood yesterday, and I didn't really know how to deal with that. How do I be in a bad mood with you guys when I'm supposed to be on a video every single day? Bridget, you could cough Trump as well. I would not throw stones in that glass house. But that's not a defense of Hillary. Hillary, Trump, almost all public servants, or so-called public servants, because we allowed Citizen United, which is, I'm sorry to say, a conservative notion, politics is drowning in money. But the good news is that with Trump or with Bernie or with Obama or with Howard Dean, there's a lot of public donations. I was just watching Obama's roast at the Correspondents' Dinner, and he makes fun of Bernie in a kind of complimentary way. He says, "You look like $1 million," or as you would understand it, a couple thousand donations of $27 each or something. I forget the math, but so there is hope. But anyway, Ralitza, you sound like a very kind, intelligent, caring person. The F am I talking about? But at least you said it. Everyone's wondering what I'm talking about. So what I'm talking about is, if you're in a bad mood, how do you go about your day without creating drama and chaos and all this stuff? Well, the title of this video is You Armor Yourself with the genuine heart of sadness or vulnerability. Yeah, Amy Beth, we have done videos on that. There's a lot of questions. But this is related. So often if we're struggling, we armor ourselves with arrogance. We try and get through things just by being strong or by being cool or by being aggressive or by being a bully. You can think about junior high. If you feel insecure, you try and be big, you try and be loud, you try and kind of make other people feel small. And by default, make yourself feel big and cool. The other way to go is if you're in a bad mood like I was yesterday, instead of doing what I did, which is just kind of fall victim to the bad mood and give up, you armor yourself. The Buddhist advice is to armor yourself with the genuine heart of sadness. And what is that? Is it depression? No. Depression, and I'm not talking about clinical depression, which is a whole nother thing, respect, but everyday depression, the kind all humans go through, is sort of taking our own sadness, our own, the suffering of the world and ourselves too seriously, which is completely understandable and normal. That's why everyone goes through it. So if you're about to enter into a really hard period or a big challenge, I was just meeting with my meditation instructor, Frank Berliner, who the editor could put a couple articles by Frank Berliner in the comments if you like. That would be great. Thank you, Kat. So if you can armor yourself with the genuine heart of sadness, then you can get through that difficult period. So what is that genuine heart of sadness? The notion from a Buddhist point of view is that you don't want to armor yourself with arrogance. You don't want to armor yourself with bluster or with anything really. You want to armor yourself with vulnerability, with openness. The truly confident person, the picture in Buddhism is of a tiger. The tiger is so strong and powerful that it can afford to relax and be completely relaxed and meek. Meek is the term in the Shambhala teachings. So maybe, Kat, you could put Shambhala, anything by Shambhala Trungpa in the comments about the tiger. Yes, exactly. Bridget, it's easier to wear the armor of defensiveness and anger than sadness. That's a beautiful comment. It is easier to do that, but does it work? As we all know, it creates more war. And basically, war creates more war, aggression creates more aggression, drama creates more drama. I have learned time and time again that whenever I'm angry, say at a colleague for messing up, instead of saying what I think and being pointed and kind of angry, it doesn't help. If I do that, it creates drama, and that drama affects me and is a bummer even for me. So instead, I have to find a way to constructively, but honestly, say what I feel and to sort of retrain that person. And obviously there can come a point where if it's just not working, it's not working, you call a spade and you move on. The person is not functioning. But let me see if I can lift this up a bit. How's that? I'm trying to spare you guys the good old phone view of the chin that we all love to do. So yeah, if you're disappointed, not angry, that's sort of a joke, I'm not angry at you, I'm disappointed. That's what parents always say, but there's some beauty to that, because if you love someone, it's hard to actually be angry or hateful, even for one moment on them. That anger or hate calms into some sort of, through empathy, into understanding their confusion. So with my dog, if I'm angry at my dog, why did you run across the street? God damn it, listen to me. And then before you know it, you're staring at this, this is me being Redford. And you realize, I'm yelling at a dog. That's, number one, it's mean. Number two, it doesn't make sense. Number three, he's not going to learn from it. Number four, I'm a jerk. You just relax and you say, Redford, glad you came back. Glad you're alive. Let's not run across the street. And maybe you train a little bit so it doesn't happen again. So the notion of armoring yourself with vulnerability, I just wrote about this on Instagram.com/Waylon Lewis. Kat could put that in the comments if you feel like it. But that you armor yourself simply with being genuine. And I also wrote about this in my book, Things I Would Like to Do With You. I might have to close this window, it's so loud back there. Be right back. Quiet! It's like being in Manhattan today. All right, so, yeah, the notion, I wrote about this in Things I'd Like to Do With You, that when things are difficult, you have to communicate. When you're feeling confusion, you have to communicate that. If you can communicate when you're down, when you're out, when you're confused, you can get through almost anything. And that's an incredibly powerful notion. In Buddhism, they call it the Vajra. So, Kat, if you can put that chapter of Things I Would Like to Do With You in the comments. Yeah, and someone is saying their friend used to abuse a dog until it peed itself every time he approached her. He'd think it was cool. I think he's a loser man. I'm with you, Bridget. A lot of us, if we're abused in our childhood or bullied or become bullies, we take it out on things that are weaker than us and we think it's funny. And that's obviously incredibly sad. And so I did do a video about domestic violence and aggression. Hopefully that's somewhat helpful. It's, again, not from a doctor or a therapist or any kind of professional's point of view. These are simply from sort of Buddhist tips for how to deal with aggression, or in this case, how to be genuine. So if you can communicate in any difficult situation, you can get through it with flying colors. If you are going through a really hard period of time. So I was talking to my mentor, my meditation instructor, about how I want to get involved in some public service stuff, and how 90% of the time I feel pretty relaxed and happy about that. And then 10% of the time I get pretty self-conscious about it, because once you step into any kind of public service, you become a target for people, and you have to become obsequious and try and get them to like you, or you might be defensive if they're attacking you. It's like a pretty intense world to walk into. So I'm talking about, maybe running for city council or dog catcher or something local, or maybe something bigger down the road. And it's exciting, but it's also, it can be sort of unnerving. And he said, armor yourself with the genuine heart of sadness. When you feel that self-consciousness, when you feel the need to defend yourself, instead just relax and remember why you're doing this. You're doing this to be of service. You're doing this to help ease as Allen Ginsberg said, Kat, this quote is on Elephant, I think in a Things I Would Like to Do With You chapter, the purpose of life is to ease the pain of living, to ease the pain of others' life. That's it. Everything else, drunken dumb show. That's the quote. So Allen Ginsberg, Things I Would Like to Do With You. So I'm going to go through a couple comments. If you have any comments, questions, we'll discuss them, then we'll meditate for a minute. Meditation is how you do this. So you could just ignore all this, go to the bathroom, read the New Yorker on the toilet, and then come back in 10 minutes and we'll meditate together. Alrighty, I'm going to go through your comments. Remember, if you're just tuning in, say where you're from. Wuthering Locks, welcome back. Great to see you. New Vera, Waylon, hearts to you. Bridget, you like my sideburns? Thank you. I need to get a haircut, but my haircut place is now charging $50 for a boy's haircut, which I think is too much. Because then if you tip, at that point you're tipping $10, so it's a $60 haircut. That's crazy. I'm very sympathetic for the ladies out there who pay tons. But I'm just talking about a little snippy snip. Jessica, hi from Wales in the UK. Hey to you. I have Welsh blood. Tracy, hi from McDonough, Georgia. McDonough? I don't know how to say that. I would love to hear from you, Tracy. I love the southern accent. Terry, Albright College Department of Sociology and Anthropology. Wow, honored to have you here. Bridget, from the country in beautiful Illinois. Bridget was the first like. I think how many likes do we have now? I can't see. If you are liking this video, or you want to help get Elephant or the Mindful Life or Mindful Tips Beyond the Choir, you can like this video, you can share it. It's all free, so if you want to help it out in some way, You don't have to, but if you feel appreciative, please like it or share it. Or the best thing you can do for Elephant, and hopefully for yourself in terms of Elephant, is to get our very best content, which is not on Facebook. Facebook is like the viral stuff. If you want our best stuff, it's free, elephantjournal.com/best. And Kat can put that in the comments at the bottom. All right, Ellie, awareness. Diz nuts. Amy Beth, hola from Tampa, Florida. Hey. Hillary, Louise, good morning. Wuthering is glad I'm in a good mood today. But the thing is, good mood or bad mood, it shouldn't matter as long as we can be genuine and be okay, kind to ourselves and patient and kind and have some sense of humor with ourselves and others. We're good. So this is about unconditional cheerfulness. In Buddhism, we like to say we don't wish people happy birthday. Happy is a temporary state of mind, and you don't wish a temporary state of mind on anyone you love. We say cheerful birthday, and the notion of cheerfulness is that you can be cheerful whether things are good or bad, happy or sad. So cheerfulness is related to basic human goodness. So the notion in Buddhism is that we are all fundamentally good and okay, and that we can share that. That if we see, if we're a child and we see a tree getting cut down, or a pig getting killed, or a puppy getting kicked, our heart naturally goes out and we naturally respond with compassion and concern. And that can get kind of buried by education and by life. But our natural basis of ourselves, of our heart, is fundamental goodness. And that is related to being cheerful. And you can be cheerful in a good mood or a bad mood. Especially, anyway, lots of great comments. South Dakota, Tatiana. Miss Spain from South Dakota. Amy Beth. Oh, how I was hoping today's comment would be about motivation and how to stop self-shaming on body image. So I've done a fair number of videos on body image. Maybe Kat, you could leave the one about body image that I did. I've also written about how to be... Kat, what was that one I wrote about my own relationship to my body? It's called How to Be Actually Healthy or something. Anyway, it's pretty personal blog, and hopefully you would get something good out of it. Colin, good morning, Waylon from Appleton, Wisconsin. Sounds beautiful. Colin, yeah, I said it right. I got lucky. Yeah, junior high, toughest years ever. Jessica Woolridge, feel like giving up lately. Yeah, so the great thing about armoring yourself with vulnerability or the genuine heart of sadness is you can actually relax into that giving up without descending into depression. So when you feel like giving up, you can take what's helpful there, which is just relaxing, just kind of let go instead of fighting. But then you don't have to drown in that. You can have a sense of cheerfulness about feeling like giving up. Yeah, so Bridget, I just did a video on how to manage anger. I'm so defensive, like you said, and a king of a bully because I'm depressed, and kind of a bully when I'm depressed. People are always walking on eggshells around me. Bridget, that is a beautiful comment. Everyone should give you a like. Even though it's meaningless, likes, it's still like people can extend their warmth and appreciation for you to have that self-awareness. That is, the fact that you're aware of that means that you care, means that you can change, and that you can, and it's not that hard. It's not that some big journey. It's, you can actually just come back to the present moment. And that is a big journey, but it's certainly possible if you want to do it. So we can practice that at the end with meditation. Ellie, when in doubt, fake it until you make it. It is through the messages you tell yourself and being aware of what those messages are and choosing to change them. Feed yourself positive messages, much like the food you eat. Kind of agree and kind of disagree with all that, but I'll let that stand. We have a lot to go through. All right. Just reading through comments. Defensiveness creates resistance. Be like water. Relitza. There's a nice comment from Relitza. Yeah, so we have a blog about that. That's Bruce Lee's famous saying, be like water. We could leave that in the comments, Kat. Also, Kat, I think we have some articles about dog abuse or animal abuse that could be helpful for anyone who knows anyone who is possibly doing that. And we also have some great domestic violence articles that are good to share with anyone who's going through it or who is perpetrating it. Terry Lynn, I was in a breakup transition and that book was beautiful and I wept. I think you're talking about my book, Things I Would Like to Do With You, which is about love, loneliness, and kind of genuine connection. It was sort of the notion of what is commitment, what is genuine love in this day and age, and it's from a Buddhist point of view. Hopefully you guys would enjoy it. Yeah, Desiree, check it out if you like. Amy Beth, check it out if you like. Jennifer, when your loved one is dishonest in an attempt to spare you pain, and how do you move on from the pain into forgiveness? I think I would need to hear more from you. I don't quite get it, but I think, yeah, many of us are dishonest to loved ones because we don't want to say negative things and hurt them. And that's why I think negative and positive can both be good. We tend to side with the positive always, but it's important to be honest about critical things. That chapter I wrote about being honest when things are tough or confused. And the downside of always siding with positive is that you tend to suppress anything critical or negative or difficult, and you tend to cling to anything positive. And then you kind of ruin the positive stuff by clinging to it, and it's not good for you to suppress the negative. So instead, just relax, open up, and again, that's meditation process. So Jennifer, beautiful question. We do have a powerful blog called Forgiveness is Overrated by Amy Apoliti, wonderful yoga teacher friend of mine, and I think I wrote a similar one. Maybe Kat, you can put that in the comments. So many comments. I know holding on to anger is like holding on to a coal and expecting it to hurt the other person, but man, is it hard to forgive. Yeah, so from a Buddhist point of view, I don't know that forgiveness is that important. You don't have to forgive. You don't have to cling to or suppress the anger either. You can just see the anger as it is and come back to the present. So the whole notion of forgiveness is a little intense from the point of view of you will forgive when you're ready. You don't need to rush it. And if you try and rush it, it's going to just guilt trip yourself, and it's not even really particularly going to work. So anyway, read one of those blogs about forgiveness is overrated. The main thing with forgiveness is to just let the thing be. So like this guy who lives in my childhood home basically ripped it off from my mom in some ways and was not honest about it with her. For many years, I was very angry at him. And I just let that anger be. And I didn't attack him, and I didn't yell at him, and I didn't say bad things about him, even if I wanted to. And I didn't put up posters of him being a tool to my mom around town and shame him. I didn't really do anything. And eventually, time heals all wounds. And you know what? I work for my own success. And from that success, I take care of my mom. And there's some lesson in there from my mom anyway. So you just have to, instead of trying to forgive something, like get rid of it and heal it with positivity, you can just see the thing that that hurt and acknowledge it and come back to the present moment with an open heart. Beautiful comment from Terry Lynn. We can care from a distance from our former abusers, non-attachment. La la la. What do you do when the shoe is on the other foot and someone is angry at you and slightly abusive about it? Well, I don't know what slightly abusive means. If slightly abusive means abusive, I would say GTFO, get the out. There's some quote from Maya Angelou, or I think it was Maya Angelou, that says, if someone shows you who they are in an abusive way, believe them. So take care of yourself. Maitri. Maitri is the blog I mentioned probably more than any other. Maybe Kat could put that in the comment, kind of keeping her busy today. But read Maitri. If you're in a slightly abusive relationship, whatever that is, read Maitri, and that'll show you the way. Because if you're kind to yourself, that'll naturally show you the way. Tracy, that's a powerful question. Big love to you. And feel free to say more so I can answer. Hello from Tustin. Hey, Leslie. Daria, forgiveness is always for yourself. Otherwise, you end up carrying a heavy weight yourself and the other person doesn't feel whatever at all. Daria, I can't disagree. That said, going through hard things is a big weight, and we have to process that. Louise from Ellington, Connecticut. Tiffany from St. Louis. Belgium. Mick, hey buddy. You guys, if you're tuning in and you feel like you want to contribute more than just a comment, write elephantjournal.com/write. Write an article. We are an independent media. We are here for you. We are here for the world. So write an article. elephantjournal.com/write or /submit. I'm not sure which is the link actually. Kat, you could remind me. I thought it was /submit. Saz the artist from Aberdeenshire. I wish I could hear you say it correctly. Happy to be tuned in to watch today. Big winky to you. Have no judgment. I disagree with that, but I agree with what you basically mean. I talked about that 2 days ago, I think, about judgment versus prejudgment. Prejudgment, prejudice is the problem. Judging is great stuff. Judging is what we do when we eat an organic apple versus a McDonald's hamburger that could be 80 years old. Judging is when we decide to be kind instead of be aggressive, or to clean up our dishes. Judging is just, from a Buddhist point of view, is prajna or insight. It's discernment. Judging doesn't have to be this heavy, mean thing. By that heavy, mean thing, we're actually talking about prejudgment, where we don't have data and we're just going out of our own kind of heavy aggression. Dharma Mitra, yeah, maybe we could put my interview with Dharma Mitra in the comments. He's a cool guy. Yeah, Louise, exactly. $50 haircuts for guys, that's crazy. In Boulder, Colorado, it's a disease. So I got to go find some old-fashioned barber where they don't rip me off. Anne Marie, Scotland. I want to move to Scotland, at least for a month a year. Bridget Ward. Shalina, Bullhead City, Arizona. Megan, important work you are doing. Thank you. I'm a clinical psychologist and teach all my clients mindfulness strategies, the research on the brain. We should have you on this show. So my background is I grew up and studied and practiced Buddhism extensively. I'm always happy to talk about that. That doesn't mean I'm an expert. It does mean that I'm pretty experienced in that world. And I'm also a total idiot. So I'm experienced with mindfulness and being a human idiot. And if any of the others of you out there can be idiotic occasionally, then you also may be experts in idiocy. Da la 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 la. Guilford, Connecticut. Singapore, wow. Akam, hello from Iraq. It's so cool to hear from someone in Iraq. We're very excited. Not all Americans are Donald J. Trump. I don't have my making fun of Trump hat on today. Cheerful birthday. Cheerful birthday to you. Yeah, Kat, we have an article about cheerful versus happy. Cheerful versus happy birthday. Sorry, all of you have to look at my 9 a.m. face, but I'm trying to do these videos earlier for you since it's easier. Kathleen Dallas. She's in Dallas, I mean. Self-acceptance and love. Yeah, read that blog about Maitri. Victoria, British Columbia. I am jealous. We are all jealous of anyone who lives in Victoria, British Columbia, CJ. Hi from Seattle. We're also all jealous of anyone who lives in Seattle. CJ, you have a bullying coworker. Yeah, well, what's the best way to stand up to a bully? Maybe everyone could comment and lend your insight. We have lots of great articles about bullying on Elephant. Cat, maybe you could put in a couple of your favorite. I hope I haven't overwhelmed Cat. And she's now taking a nap. Yeah, you do not deserve a bullying coworker. But I have a bullying coworker here at Elephant. Ashley puts on this fake face of being nice to everybody. And really, she just pushes me around all day, every day. And I'm sick of it, and I'm going to stand up to her. I'm kidding. Ashley, if you know her, is super sweet and makes vegan cookies. No, at Elephant, we're lucky enough to have a pretty good We're all good friends here, at least in Boulder. I think it can be harder because half of us have to work on Skype. Because in Elephant, we had people working in Africa and in the UK and in Finland and in Australia and in Canada. We're all over the map. Alrighty. Lita Rose, this is helpful for distress from inner alarm bells responding to the extreme corporatization. I don't know what you mean, but it sounds good. Kathleen, what is the best positive message you can tell yourself daily? Kathleen, instead of a positive message, I love that question. What is the best positive message? Well, there's tons. There's a book I like, which is Lojong, or Mind Training Slogans. The one I read today is Be Grateful to Everyone. Contemplate that. And then you don't have to just contemplate that saying. You can read about it. We have a blog about Be Grateful to Everyone, if Kat can put that in the comments. So if you'd like to read that, Kathleen. But I think the most positive fundamental message you can tell yourself daily is not a message that you tell yourself. The message is simply dedicating yourself to be a benefit to the whole world and yourself, and then meditating for a couple minutes. Beyond just a message, actually doing something. Meditation. Meditation is doing nothing, the practice of doing nothing. Alrighty, did you put the link to my book in there? I really don't mind if you read it or not, or check it out or not, but if you are inspired, you can. And it's been in the bestseller list now for 9 straight months in Boulder, which is kind of cool. Daria, except we can't get national distribution, so we're only selling on our website because it's an eco book. Basically, no publisher publishes eco books, except for maybe Chelsea Green. It's made in the US, it's plastic free. Almost all books that have that slimy surface, that's plastic, and it's really bad for you. You shouldn't get it on you. If you think I'm just being weird about plastic, plastic has like 18 different chemicals in it to make it flexible and to, often we're wearing plastic when we're doing yoga, Lululemon and stuff, it's all plastic. So it's not necessarily a good thing to be in daily contact with. So good old-fashioned paper book, we couldn't find a publisher who would do that, so we printed our own. We're starting our own publishing company, but now we can't have national distribution through the man, Ingram. Ingram said no to us, even though we'd sold 5 times the amount that they wanted. So if you want to get the book, elephantjournal.com/books, and if you just want to check it out, that's great. It's about kind of Daria's comment. We craft love from heartbreak, compassion from shame, grace from disappointment, courage from failure. Daria, we are going to have you ghostwrite my second book. Christina, pain is power that can be used to change our world. Be persistent and you will receive love and life as promised. Wow, you can write my third book. You are good enough just as you are. Amen. Fola. Teresa, just got here. I'm a little lost about the topic, but anyway. Yeah, so we're just talking about if you're entering a difficult path, like you're jumping into the white water of your life, instead of armoring yourself with arrogance or defensiveness or strength, armor yourself with openness. But this isn't weak openness. This is openness founded on something invincible and unconditional, which is your basic human goodness. How's that? I'm kind of struggling to overcome the pain of feeling betrayed by my 17-year-old son who just moved in to live with his grandma. I need to open my heart so that I can allow him to visit me in the weekends, but right now I don't feel I can see him. I'm in pain. So Teresa, wonderful, powerful meditation practice for when you're in pain. Instead of pushing the pain away and trying to cling to any feelings of goodness, is to breathe it in and let go. That's Tonglen, and we'll put Tonglen in the comments. Try and practice that, and you'll feel really, really relieved and good. Tonglen is powerful stuff. It's not easy, so you got to practice it, and you have to meditate before and after Tonglen. And the point of Tonglen is not just yourself, but to feel good. I mean, it's not just yourself feeling good, it's to be a benefit to others. So big love to you, Teresa, from everyone here. Oh my God, beautiful comment from Daria. Vulnerability is the birthplace of love, belonging, joy, courage. Daria, I think, I don't want to read any more of your beautiful comments. I just want you to blog. You're an amazing writer. elephantjournal.com/submit. Rite Mary, forgiveness is giving up all hope to a different outcome of the past. Beautiful. Ellie, big love to you. You little cutie. All right. Good morning from Mel in Fort Collins. I love Fort Collins. Love Fort Collins. What do I love in Fort Collins? I love Bean Cycle. Hello. No, it's fine. That was Joseph. Janet from Hobbs, New Mexico. Da-dee-dee-dee-doo. So many comments. Should I go through all these comments or should I just give up? All right, Rhonda, I really appreciate the work you are doing here on the web. Thank you. I live in a small town here in the Bible Belt and do not have any access to Buddhist teachings. This makes me feel more connected. Wonderful. Well, you do have access to Buddhist teachings, which is Pema Chodron's books. So if you want to never watch another one of these long videos, just read Pema Chodron and you'll be happy. I have a blog that Kat can put in the comments with all my recommendations. Best Buddhist books for beginners. Best classic Buddhist books for beginners. Danny from Wyoming. Melinda from Australia. I like Australia, but I've never been. Alrighty. All right, lots of advice for bully people. And we also have some blogs on bullying that are fantastic. We had one by Marianne, Kat, if you could look for it. It's really good. All right, so another amazing comment from Anna. I don't know how you guys do it. There's so much energy. This is 9 a.m. for me, where I'm still half sleepy. Oh my God, Allison. So you lost your son to a drug overdose and you found his body. How do you get that image out of your head? I mean, needless to say, big love to you. If we can all send our love to you. But that's an intense thing. You know, trauma from a scientific point of view, you have to re-engage with whatever the activity was very quickly. So don't avoid looking at his photos or thinking about him. Don't avoid it. Like in a bicycle accident or a car accident or a skiing accident, in terms of trauma, they say do it again quickly and kind of get back into it. So don't avoid thinking about him, but you do need to process that shock. So again, Tonglen is incredibly powerful. Tonglen is when you actually visualize your son, your love, and your anger and your sadness, whatever's going on, and you breathe it all and you take it all and you accept it all, and then you breathe out love, light, compassion. So you actually reverse the flow of ego. So you breathe in what's difficult and you give out love. And ego wants to cling to love and push out what's difficult. So check out Tonglen, Allison, and big love to you from everyone here. A broken heart, you put a broken heart image in there. A broken heart is actually, Pema Chodron calls that the seed of awake, the seed of Buddha, the root of your path to waking up. So the broken heart is not a obstacle. It's actually where your path will begin. So read about Tonglen. There's some good videos in there. Whew. Linda, I'm going through, that's my mommy's name, by the way. I'm going through a divorce. It sounds like the book someone mentioned would be good for me. Something about loneliness and love. Yeah, so that's my book, Things I Would Like to Do With You. It is about genuine love and love for yourself and loneliness. It might be a fun read. I also think a book by Pema Chodron, When Things Fall Apart, is always good because things are always falling apart. All right, so many amazing comments. Shelley, and another amazing comment from you. You all should just start writing. Olympia, elephantjournal.com/submit for any of you who want to write. D, Hottie, I hope you're talking about me, in which case I accept the compliment and I cling to it and I hold on to that compliment and I don't share it with anyone. Elsie Marie, hello from Oregon. Bridget, you wake up at 5 a.m.? My God. I woke up at 7:30 a.m. and I thought, holy hell, what's going on? Janet, in a pickle here. I don't know what just happened, but everybody just liked and made funny things. Janet, in a pickle here in the desert, kind of You're in a pickle in the desert. Kind of stuck here from a bad breakup. You're stuck in the desert from a bad breakup? Let's stop. That comment stopped being funny. All right, big love to you. Since I was disabled, I was unable to work. It's super expensive to live here. Currently, I'm living in an RV to keep expenses down on my small check. So yeah, I am definitely in the white waters of my life. So armor yourself with feeling your heart. So I did another video, maybe Kat could put in the comments, about how to feel your heart. It's powerful stuff. This isn't some touchy-feely, hippy-dippy thing. It's practical. If you can be in touch with your heart, you can be genuine, you can get through those white waters. I had loved one of Pema's audio. So yeah, we have discounts. Kat, can you look, we have some discounts right now on audiobooks from Pema Chodron or Alan Watts or John Kabat-Zinn. Audiobooks are awesome because unlike books, you can actually hear the voice of the author. I love it. If it's like Pema Chodron particularly or Alan Watts, that guy's voice is out of control. I want him to read my book. For some reason, he's not available right now. But yeah, I would just get some books and read them. Janet, if you want to email us, we could email you some good or mail you some good books for free. Big love to you. We're happy to help out. Everyone should give Janet some love. She's in a pickle in a desert. And also, you know, you can get out of there if you want. If you like to be where you are, that's great, and make a new life for yourself and you'll be fine. But if you want to get out of there, even if you're broke, you can figure out a way. My mom was super broke my entire life, my childhood, and yet we still made some big moves and changed some things. And, you know, we put everything in our, forgot what the car was. It's a crappy car. And our dog, and, you know, we just made it work. So you can, you know, reach out to people. I don't know what your disability is. That can be complicating. But, you know, reach out to people. People will help. Reach out. Reach out from your heart. Reach out from your vulnerability. Whew, some intense comments here. Alrighty. Amy Beth, let's do the meditation right now. There's tons of comments. I can't get through all of them. All right. Let's meditate right now. How's that? How do you like them apples? Okay. So take a good posture. You can kind of move your sit bones back and forth. Let's all do this. Even if you think you're not going to meditate right now, just do it. Do something different. Meditate. Rotate your sit bones or put them back and forth until you kind of have a good relaxed posture. You can look in the comments for Kat's. Kat is still leaving more comments. Take a deep breath. I mean, look in the comments later, but she's doing it now. And get those comments. It can really change your life. Get those blogs, I mean. So take a deep breath. In and out. Keep your eyes open. In this particular meditation practice, let's have our eyes open. We're not trying to shut out the world. We're not trying to shut out the world. Just let it in. Vulnerability is our armor, our only armor. So deep breath in and out. Let's begin with a bow to each other. So you can actually bow. A bow of mutual respect and a reminder that our mission in life is to be a benefit to the whole world. Breathe in and breathe out. So eyes are going to be about 45 degrees down. At this point, we're not really listening to me too much. Just breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Place your attention gently on your breath in and out. Take a good posture. Shoulders up, back down, and relax. This is not a perfect posture. It's a good posture. Relax. Breathe in and out. Okay, now we're not meditating yet. Now we're going to start meditating. So now if you notice yourself thinking about what we just talked about stuff in your life, about lunch, about an argument, about the future, about the past, label it thinking. I'm thinking. Return your attention to your breath. If you do this right, you'll feel yourself sighing and opening up, your heart relaxing, your back relaxing and opening up, your body relaxing and opening up. If you're distracted by anything, label that thinking. I'm just thinking, I'm distracted. Return your attention to your breath. If you want more videos and longer meditation, I have many. Kat can leave one in the comments. Meditation instruction from Waylon. Please leave the Pema Children and Alan Watts audiobook deals. We have like 50% off of those. I'm not marketing. This is just helpful for your life or not. If it is, great. If it's not, you're nuts. Because Pema Children is helpful for everyone. And then I wanted to mention one more thing at the end. My friend Aaron Perry is a good man and a father. He wrote a Kickstarter. He wrote a book that he's Kickstartering. It's about the power of soil, good soil, to be of benefit to children, family, to transform all of society. It's kind of powerful stuff. If you know Joel Salatin, Michael Pollan, if you like Joel Salatin, Michael Pollan, you'll love Aaron Perry. So check out his Kickstarter in the comments and support him if you feel like it, if you feel like getting the book. I think particularly for families wanting to have gardens or anyone working with the soil, this is your kind of book. So check out his Kickstarter and support it. He's a wonderful guy doing wonderful stuff that is the opposite of half of the aggression and cruelty going on in the world. So thank you so much. I do these every day at 9 a.m. Check out Aaron Perry's comment. I'm going to wait to see Aaron Perry in the comments because he's cool. Kickstarter, Kat. Let's all applaud and thank Kat for all those comments. She's been the hardest working lady in show business. If you feel like it, give a like or a share to Kat and help us reach beyond the choir. So thank you so much, Kat. And I'm off to have a busy day. So that elephant can be big and successful and change the whole world for the better. I'm just waiting to see Aaron Perry's. I jumped from meditation to communism. You're disappointed. Say more, Elsie Marie. I'm not communist, so I'm not even sure how you got that. But there is Aaron Perry's Kickstarter. All right, check it out. He's a good guy. If you join at the $35 level, you get the book. And because I'm a nice guy, we'll give a free elephant subscription for 1 year. And if you already have one, it's a gift subscription. And Aaron is our kind of sponsor. He's an ethical, good dad kind of guy. And there's nothing communistic about the environment, if that's what you're talking about. Richard Nixon started the Clean Air Act and the EPA. Teddy Roosevelt started the national parks. Both of those guys were Republicans. Republicans love America the Beautiful as well. God bless. America, America, from sea to shine.